Hello guys and welcome back to another video of my quest system series. In today's episode we are going to add two features that are quite popular in modern RPGs. First one is that our NPCs react to the player leveling up. For example, you have to reach level 5 and only then you are able to accept a new quest. And we will also improve on our prestige system to actually do something, so that you need a certain amount of prestige to get a quest from different NPC. To start, let's go to our blueprints, characters, and open up the master NPC, because in here we will add some custom events. The first one we will call on player level up. It will have one input, which will be of the type integer, and we can call it new level. After that, add a second custom event, which we will call on player gain prestige. It will also have one input of the type third person character reference, which we'll just call player. That's all for our master NPC. Now we also need to call those two events. To do that, we will open up the third person character, and let's do the prestige system first. So in our set prestige by region function, we'll go right to the end here, drag in our quest manager reference and get all NPCs in world, the array, not the function. Then we want to run a for each loop, connect that to update region widget and also to the false path here. That over a bit, and for every array element we'll just call on player gain prestige, connected to the loop body, and for the player we'll just search for a reference to ourselves. After the loop is completed we can return, and after compiling and saving, let's head over to the event graph, because you might remember that we created our event on level up here. Go right to the end as well, and after we updated the suggested level color, again drag in the quest manager, get all NPCs in world, add another for each loop, connect that to the execution of the suggested level color node and to the is not valid, and what we want to call is on player level up, the new level being our current level that you can find in your experience system category. Right, compile, save, and we can already close the third person character. That's basically all we need for this system, but we also want to create some child classes of a master NPC that react to certain events in the world and actually use the events we just created. So we'll right click on master NPC, create child blueprint class. We'll call that NPC level guy. Let's do him first. Open that up. We'll go to the viewport and exchange the mesh so that we can see a difference between our master NPC and this one. I think I'll just use golden, that's included in the Infinity Blade pack. We'll also go to the class defaults and set the name to golden. We don't need to specify an ID, but we need a default message. So by default, the level guy will say something like, come back when you are stronger, to let our player know that he has a quest, but first you need to have a certain level to accept that. Default duration 3 seconds maybe. After that we can go to the event graph and add some variables here. First one will be a boolean called can give quest, so are all conditions met to give the player the quest. Then has given quest question mark. Afterwards we will also add the level, or just call it the required level, which we will make an integer, and We want to check expose on spawn and editable. And finally we need the quest to give, which will just be a master quest class and also editable and expose on spawn. Let's compile really quickly and set the default value to quest test2. And we will set the required level to, let's say, 3. Doesn't really matter. Then there are 2 events that we want to override. So first off, there is the event on player level up. What we want to check here is whether the new level is equal or greater than the required level, and we will add another pin here. So we have 3 conditions. New level has to be greater than the required level or equal. Then can give quest has to be false. So add a not boolean, plug that in. And also has given quest must also be false. So I can just copy that over, plug that in for the end, add a branch off of the end. And when that is true, we will set can give quest to true, as well as setting our question mark to be visible. So set visibility to true. That's everything for this event. Also, we want to override event on interact with. And every time the player wants to interact with us, we want to perform another branch. We want to check whether we can give the quest and that we have not given the quest already, so has given quest must be false. Add a not connected to the end. Plug in the end for the condition. If that is false, we just want to right click on event on interact with and add a call to parent function. If it's false, we will call the parent and connect the character. But if it's true, we will get the quest manager off of our character, add new quest. Quest class will be the quest to give. And we will check directly start. Also, we want to set has given quest to true. And another thing to do is setting the default message to something else. For example, you could use good job, exclamation mark, you leveled quickly. And after we added the quest and set the new default message, drag in the question mark and set visibility to false to indicate that we don't have another quest for the player. Alright, compile, save, and we can put our level guy somewhere into our world. Characters, NPC level guy, drag him in here. Let's also check that we can actually reach level 3 by killing our 2 spiders. So I'll just quickly open up the master enemy. Under children defaults, we will set the XP for kill to something like 250 just for the moment, so we can test it. Alright, I hit play. If I talk to Golden, he says come back when you are stronger. So let's kill some enemies to become stronger. Level 2 and level 3. Now when we talk to our Golden guy again, the second quest was added. And if we talk to him once more, he says good job, you leveled quickly. So that's working just fine. The other thing that I wanted to do is have our NPCs react to the player gaining prestige. Due to the fact that this works very similar to our level guy, we can right click and duplicate him. We will just call this one NPC prestige guy. Open him up. In the viewport, we will again exchange the mesh. For example, you could use bladed this guy here. Again, go to the class defaults and we can set the name to bladed or blader, whatever you want. The default message we also want to set to something else. For example, come back when you have earned some respect, to indicate that a player needs more prestige. Can also increase the default duration to 3.5, and then we'll go to the event graph. We do not need the required level here, so remove that one. Instead, we will add a variable called required prestige and make that an s_region prestige, editable and expose on spawn, compile and save. For the default, we'll just say region is Kanto and prestige has to be 200 or more. Instead of overriding the event on player level up, we want to search for event on player gain prestige, and we can remove that node here, but we can keep the branch and everything. Instead of checking for the level, we now want to get prestige by region. The region will come from our required prestige that we have to break first. Connect the region, and we want to check whether the prestige here is greater or equal to the prestige from our required struct. Connect that to the first condition of the end, and connect the gain prestige to the branch. Then we can also go to the event on interact, and we do not have to change much here, but instead of setting it to good job you leveled quickly, you could use something else. For example, you have finally become an honorable and respected man. Okay, compile and save this guy. Again, we will drag him into the level, maybe to the left of our level guy. The other thing I just quickly wanted to check is that our test quest 1, we will need to see if it really gives us more prestige than is needed. 250, yeah, that should work. Alright, let's play here. If we go to the bladed guy, press E, come back when you've earned some respect, and we can actually kill our 2 spiders. Reach level 3 and he will still say the same thing. But if we get our first quest, and we are told to hunt 2 spiders now, let's do that. Now find the mystical cone and talk to Ram. This was completed. We have 250 prestige in Kanto, and as you can see we have 2 question marks here, so we can also talk to Bladed, get a second quest, talk to him once more, and he says you have finally become an honorable and respected man. Alright, that's it for this episode. In the next one we will talk about saving and loading our system here, and then I want to wrap up the series. For those of you who asked for a world map, we will definitely do that. But in the next series, I already checked the topics that you will be able to vote for, and all of this will definitely need a world map. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.